Hello, Jorge.
Hi.
Could you tell me, how often do you check your health?
I have to admit that I try to do major checkups, especially when it comes to man diseases, when it comes to cardiovascular diseases. I try to do them very according to the guidelines, but I'm not always exact. So sometimes I miss a date, but I'm behind it, and as well I'm trying to do a lot of mindful eating. Try to.
So you are conscious that the awareness is the main thing in taking care of health.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And in the pharmaceutical companies, the main thing I think is the creation of innovation. Don't you think the main challenge is not to produce the drugs that have been used in therapies, but the innovation. What innovations do you work now for?
So I think it's a very broad spectrum, as a matter of fact. So we can look at it first from a technology point of view, and as well from a therapy point of view. I think what we are aiming at, especially in this health awareness and also how this is moving forward, then in the therapy form, and there is one specific area that is called cell and gene therapy. That is a very novel way of treating diseases that is currently very much explored. There are thousands of trials from all companies going on, and it's a very competitive field as well. But that is also a field which is, which could be the future medicine. And this is really targeting diseases on cellular and genetic levels, which is really then the root cause for certain diseases, and which has the potential to, stop or even reverse progression of diseases. So we're talking here about new ways and also new modalities, a little bit away from the classical tablets and injections that we know, rather more complex therapies.
And do you have, as a result, some new possibilities in your pipeline?
So we have, we have a couple of areas where we are exploring those opportunities. As a matter of fact, in the last years, we have been investing up to 3.5 billion euros into therapy platforms that explore the discovery and the development of cell and gene therapies. We have two subsidiaries, which are called AskBio and BrewRock, which are exploring those possibilities and drives them further. And they are now embarking on clinical development of those assets, and that's gonna then lead to the stages that are necessary to bring a medication to the market. Yes.
And what are the specific technologies that could help patients in near future? What can you propose in near future to cure specific diseases, for example, in cardiovascular area?
I think that's a good example. I think there is a lot available. Looking at Poland, for example, I'm impressed by. I'm here for a year, so I came to Warsaw in Poland last year in September, and also in a European comparison, I'm very much impressed by the programs of coordinated care and as well the cardiovascular strategy. So I think there's a lot in place, and I believe if we use the testing that is available to really detect the diseases early for risk groups that are for risk groups according to the guidelines, of course, then I think we could do a lot already, because there are as well options available where we can make sure to offer to a broad audience also before symptoms appear, because I think that's a very important stage to be very early in the disease.
And could you reveal some new coming technologies that could really help patients?
I think when we're talking about breakthrough, I believe that the cell and gene therapy field is a field that is going to be a very new way of approaching it, and I believe that we will see in the meanwhile a lot of classical medications coming to market.
In the New York Exchange, the companies that are working in the area of artificial intelligence are collapsing. Yesterday, So it doesn't mean that the artificial intelligence is gone.
Yes.
Do you use it? Do you use new digital technologies
Yes.
In your work? Do the artificial intelligence especially help you to develop new technologies?
Yes. Yeah. So generally, I mean, we've seen now the technology developing in a unprecedented speed, especially like the last 2 years, right, where this artificial intelligence came up. And as a matter of fact, data-based and data science-based technologies also coming into predictive analytics, machine learning. Those elements we are leveraging in a couple of elements across the value chain. So if you look at drug discovery, clinical trials, clinical evaluations, pharmacovigilance, those are areas where basically we are using this for increasing efficiency on the one hand, but also increasing innovation.
There are in healthcare area two group of people who should be most influential. Politicians who make decisions and patients. Do you work with both? With politicians? Do you think the regulatory institutions are ready to support new innovations in pharmaceutical technologies? And do you work in patients also to support patients' initiatives?
So for both, I would say it's a yes, because we're trying to be in touch with patient organizations as far as we can, and also it's when we need to be we're strongly regulated industry, so in all this frame we are in touch with patient organizations. At the same time, authorities, of course, we're discussing a lot with when it comes to either registering or getting a drug into reimbursement. This is where it's automatically a contact. Now, referring to also the policy part, I believe that this is a very crucial moment for the entire industry in Europe, even because right now it is on the European level, there is the pharma legislation being discussed. And I think it's going to be critical. And also I think that's where Poland has a very critical role now with the upcoming presidency of the EU Parliament. So I think that's a crucial moment, and we are living in a very pivotal moment, because the last time it was reviewed was 20 years ago. And now it's crucial to, first of all, make sure that today all patients are healthy and get access to the drugs. At the same time, we also include future innovations and anticipate in the regulation today that we do it, because it's in a one-in-a-generation opportunity. If we do it in 20 years again, probably the medical field will look a lot different. Right?
The healthcare is all about money. Spending by governments, by people. And I had a quote. It's a German pharmacist said, medicine is for people, not for profit. The better we understand this, the more benefits will flow to us from medicine. Do you agree with this?
Yes. Because I feel medicine needs to be for patients, right? But we also have to acknowledge that the pharmaceutical or the life science industry is the industry that reinvests most of its revenue of all industries into research and development, right? And I think that is the driving force behind the innovation. So that is exactly the balance, of course, that needs to be kept for the sake of the patients. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much, Holger.
Thank you. Thank you.